back, y'all. So today's video, you're gonna get ready with me, but we are going to use my favorite products out of my collection. So I went through each item and I picked the thing I love the most. For some, it might just be a brand or a type of product I really love from that area, or it might be like a specific color that I really love from whatever it is. But these are products that when I just looked at my collection, I was like, that's it. That's the one I really love. So I'm gonna do a full face of all of my favorite products from my collection. So if you're interested, keep watching, maybe subscribe, things like that, just to get an idea of what I'm all about. All right, so starting off, we're gonna do primer, and as some of y'all know, I really love to use sunscreen, but my favorite of all time is the Unseen sunscreen from Supergoop. It's just a clear sunscreen, so I'm gonna put it on a little palette. I'm just gonna put a dollop on there, and that is where I'm gonna get my sunscreen from. I am running low on this bottle for sure. And then what I've been doing, because I don't love getting my hands like really dirty, is covered in product. It's not dirty, it's product. I have this little like spatula that's rubber, and I just rub the spatula on the product, which is really great because then it doesn't soak up any of the product, and I just spread it on the areas I need to. So this is how I have been doing it lately, and I've really enjoyed it. I just don't like putting product on my hand and then putting it on my face. So the palette really helps. And then this little applicator really helps with the aversion to touching the product physically. So this just gives me an opportunity to spread it everywhere. It's not gonna soak any product up, which is really great because then I don't have to worry about that. And then I just use the palette. I think I might need just a little bit more because I don't think I quite got enough on the palette, because I'm kind of scraping up the last bits here and I can't get it all over my forehead. So just a tiny bit more if I can. Oh, there we go. If I can convince it to come out. Like I said, I'm really getting towards the bottom of this, so it's getting harder and harder to get product out. I may just have to cut it open and start scooping bits of it out just so I can get all the product, because this is not an affordable sunscreen for sure. It's a good sunscreen and I highly recommend, but I also understand it is not as affordable as other sunscreens. But we're just gonna make sure all that product is used and gets on my face. There we go. All right, so next I usually do my brows, and the one that kind of won out, which is hard because I have quite a few. I have little brow products, and the ones I really love are the ones who stay more often than not. But I wanted to do the one that drew me the closest with the Benefit Gimme Brow. Mine's in 3, and it's just a great brow tint. So I just run it through my brows like this, just quick coating of my brows here. We just get them nice and coated, make sure that they go everywhere. And then I take a spoolie just to diffuse a little bit and shape. So I make sure there's not too much, like I didn't disperse too much color somewhere, but I'm also shaping to make sure that my brows look exactly how I want them to hold. And there we go. See, I think those brows look pretty good for what I need. Of course, I have a bunch of other great brow products, but this is just the one that stood out to me when I was looking through my collection. And then my favorite foundation, I was kind of going between two, but I ended up with the Estee Lauder Double Wear because at the end of the day, I do love more coverage than anything else. I was between this and the Supergoop, but this one just gives a little bit more coverage that I enjoy, and I would more likely lean towards something a little bit more full coverage than a skin tint most days. So I'm just gonna squirt some out on my palette. And then we're gonna take a brush. I'm gonna take my IT Cosmetics foundation brush. It's a star shape. Well, not right now because it's got foundation on it, but we're just gonna start from the middle and spread our way outwards. Ooh, I think I forgot to tell the shade. The shade, ooh, is 1CO Shell. And so we start from the middle, which is my nose, and then we slowly spread outward. And then there we go. Because we're trying to match that inner portion to the outside, like the border of my skin, compared to the other way around. So there we go. We're just gonna spread that out as evenly as possible. I'm gonna put a little bit more over here because I think I see a little bit more redness coming out. There we go. We're just gonna make sure that is evenly spread everywhere. And then I'm gonna get a sponge and just tap it on my nose, because my nose is always the problem area where it needs just a little bit more guidance. There we go. And then I think I got a little foundation in there, so I'm gonna see if I can get that out a little bit. There we go. Then we move on to the eye primer, and this one was tough, but the one I have two that I really love, and for the look I'm doing today, this one is my favorite for that kind of look, and that's the Danessa Myricks Colourfix Nude. If I was doing a different colored look, then I definitely would have gone for the Melted, because I love that one as well, and I love the white color it gives. But at this moment, the look I'm doing today just doesn't really require a white base. So I use like a little dense brush like this, and I wipe a little bit on each eye, and then I just move it outwards. So we just start there and blend into that area towards the outer area, and make sure to get the whole eye. And then we start on this side and make sure that we are blocking out all that color. I like it because it really does block out my eyelids, and it isn't an oily product. My eyelids get very oily, which I feel like is the opposite problem of everyone else. Like, I feel like everyone else gets dry, and I just get very oily lids. So I need something a little bit more sturdy to keep my eyeshadow on my face better. So this is just a little bit of a drier product that helps keep my eyeshadow on. Now, I don't have like a favorite eyeshadow palette for certain, because I am very particular about that, because I have favorite palettes from everywhere. Like I can't just choose one. So I decided to go with a brand, and since this is my list, I get to cheat however I want. And I chose Colourpop palettes. I feel like they've been the most reliable for me ever since I started doing makeup. They're the ones that I reach for the most, I feel like. And I decided to do a look with the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda palette. So I'm gonna use these two to make a look, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I do have my eyeshadow look on, but I did want to get just one eye with mascara just to kind of see how everything was looking when I did it. But now that I do, I'm gonna show you the mascara. So my favorite mascara right now is the Essence Princess Lash in the Waterproof. CoverGirl is a very close second, but that's for more natural kind of days, where this one is more of if I want a big impact, because it is black, while the CoverGirl one is black brown. And I feel like this one just holds my curl better when I curl my lashes. And it has like a good, it's like a good black mascara. It's pretty affordable too. Like it's what, $5, which is not bad. So something that works, doesn't flake, and keeps my curl for $5, sign me up. I am down with it. So I just wanted to, now that I had an idea of what it was gonna look like, I am perfectly happy with it. Like I said, I use the Child palette and the Mandalorian palette for the look. This is kind of how it's looking right now and how it's pretty much just gonna look for the rest of the day. Let's see, there we go. But this is how it's looking. My favorite concealer right now is the Kulfi concealer in Badaam. I love this so much. My friend got me onto it. Thank you, Davika. And I just put a little right here and a little here just to cover all my bases, clean up the eyeshadow, and then I also put a little just in problem areas. So any acne that's being like really prevalent on my face, I usually use this to cover it because it is more my skin tone than it is like a brightening concealer. So I just start with a brush because it absorbs less product, and I usually go and just cut this eyeshadow right here and blend it out here to kind of, you know, even out the under eye. And then I use it to tap the concealer in like this, just to give a little bit more coverage in those areas. And then I just go here, make that sharp edge and just blend those edges. So it cleans up my eyeshadow, but it also covers all those dark circles. I like it a little better than using a sponge just because a sponge will absorb more product, but see how like nice and hydrated under my eyes looks comparatively? Like they look so smooth and hydrated, and I love it. Then we are moving on to contour because I usually do contour more than bronzer. So I felt like that was more of a given than getting a bronzer out to try it out. And my favorite right now is the Too Cool Art Class by Rodin. My Milk one expired, which was my favorite for a very long time, but it expired and it started to smell like really bad. So it had to go. That would probably be my favorite of my collection, but since that is no longer here, this one is my favorite. I like that it's easy to blend in, that it's such a good cool tone, and honestly, it's not too hard to work with, which I like, because I feel like sometimes contouring or bronzing products can get a little out of hand. And this one is just perfect, in my opinion, for doing exactly what I want without making it look like I have a bruise somewhere. There we go. And I just use a brush and blend all that in. Now for blush, this is probably no surprise, but this is the color I kind of just reach for the most. It's my favorite color out of all the colors I own. My only issue with it is the packaging, which I've talked about, but it's the Colourpop blushes. And this was the pressed powder blush in Flirt. And I just personally, first off, love the packaging. Very sturdy, very cutesy, all that good stuff. But then I love this color. I feel like this is a good neutral color for me that it gives like a pinky color to my face, but it's not super pink, it's not vibrant pink, and it just kind of blends in as a more natural blush for me than some of my other more vibrant blushes do. I just take a brush and I paint it from the cheek up my temple a little bit, not all the way onto my forehead, and I just keep it in line with the contour, just like that. There we go. I think this is turning out pretty well. I will use a sponge real quick to just blend in this bottom line here. And then, what do we do next? Oh, my lip liner. This is not gonna be a surprise for anyone. No one's gonna be surprised that this is my favorite lip liner. Not at all. This is the Colourpop Lippie pencil. Now, I did pick my favorite color right now, and that is Cool BFF. As you can see, it's starting to get small. And I just love this right now. Like, this is just my ultimate color right now. It's just a cool toned, taupey brown color. And I feel like it's just the perfect brown lip liner for my cool toned pale skin. And I just like to color in these corners right here. Line my lips. Clean off the edges where I can. And then I move on. Now the lipstick. I was between two different brands and I kind of went with one brand over another, even though I love both probably equally, but I did pick a color that I know I lean towards the most. And this one, I picked the Lunar Beauty lipsticks in Icon. I think this one over a little bit because first off, the packaging is sleek. I love the little button here. You just press that, the bullet comes out. And then I also love the bullet engraving. So I have a color just like this in my MAC lipsticks, which I've been on a big MAC kick recently. But this one has just been in my collection a little longer. I enjoy the packaging and I enjoy the color. This one's an Icon. It's just a little pale nudie pink. I think it goes great with the brown lip liner. And I just put it in the middle and then I just blend it out with my lips a little bit. So just to blend those edges out a little bit. If you feel like it's still not blended after that, take your finger and you can just blend that way. But I'm not gonna do that today. Now, my favorite powder, I usually use a combination of powders, but since we were picking like all-time favorites, I decided to go with a specific one. And right now it's my Maybelline Superstay. I really love this. Like, I have hit pan on this. Like, it's taken it. But it's definitely starting to go down because I do use it that much ever since I bought it. And I usually use it, I tap it all over the face. So I go like this. I usually tap off any excess and just tap it in to where I need it. I also like this one because it gives a little bit more coverage because it is a covered powder. Technically it's a foundation, but if I use it lightly, it's not like full coverage. It can be used as a setting powder, and I personally think it works really well as a setting powder over a foundation powder. And then for the under eyes, I usually take a little flat brush like this, tap in, tap off any excess, and then I tap under my eyes, but not completely under my eyes. So I'm tapping like right here, right before I hit the eyeshadow here. Because the eyeshadow kind of is where like the creasier part of my eyes is. I'm not trying to set that part because it just looks cakey and icky. I'm doing right under that. My eyeshadow is gonna hide any of the big creasy places, but right under that sensitive skin is what I'm trying to set. And that's where I usually put the powder. And then my favorite setting spray, as you can see, it's almost gone. It's almost gone. It's the Milani Make It Last. I would buy another one if I didn't have a bunch of others I still need to go through. So when it's gone, it's gone. I just spray the whole face like that. Just go in a circle, maybe right there. Yeah. See, it's getting so low, but I love it. The perfume smell does not stay, which I think is a concern for a lot of people. But you're not gonna smell your Milani Make It Last on your face the whole day. It is going to dissipate, so you do have that to think about. And then for my favorite like lip glosses, I have 4 of these. These are the 3D Hydra lip glosses from Kiko Milano. Like, look how beautiful that color is. I have it in like a baby pink. I have it in this like mauvey purple. More like a lilac purple. Then I have this fun like bubble shade. At least that's what I'd call it. And then I have like a bronzy pink color. And I think they are just so beautiful. Hydrating on the lips. They got a little bit of tack to them, which I like. A little bit of a sticky gloss. I don't like my gloss to be too watery because I feel like it breaks down my lipstick and lip liner really easily. I do like a little bit of a stick, a little bit of tack to it. I think that looks just so glossy and pretty. Just stunning. And then my favorite highlighters, I couldn't pick a specific one, but I did pick a brand and a type because that is the one I go for the most. And those are my Colourpop Super Shock shadows, not shadows, highlighters, because I feel like they last really long. I feel like, I don't know what's the difference between the packaging, between the between the eyeshadows and the highlighter, but I feel like this packaging just keeps this formula more intact and stays like more that putty consistency longer than the eyeshadows. I don't know what the difference is between them that would cause one to dry out faster than the other, but this one just keeps that putty texture longer and just looks beautiful on the skin. And you can get them in so many different like not formulas, but like consistencies. Like you can get sparkly ones, you can get glowy ones, you can get them in so many different colors. The one I am wearing today is Flexitarian. I have been in love with this one for a very long time. I have repurchased it multiple times, and it's just like a champagne-y, like a white champagne-y color, and that's just what vibes with me the best. So definitely love these. And then we're gonna take out the clips and ruffle up the hair. And this is what it looks like. I'm gonna just get you a little close and personal. There we go. This is how the face looks. Oh, I love it. I think it looks very pretty. I kind of like the greeny, grungy look that I did with the Child and the Mandalorian palette. I feel like they're very compatible colors with each other, that you can create a look with them together. And I like that. Huh. Cute. But these are just some of my favorite products in my collection. The ones either I reach for the most, or I love the most, or when I just look at them, I get so giddy and happy that it just makes me enjoy wearing makeup and enjoying using the product and carrying the product. Oh, I love carrying around this lipstick and like showing people the components and all that. It's just fun formula, fun packaging, just overall fun to wear. So these are just some of my favorites. I'll list them down below in case you want to go check them out if they are still available. That is all I got for you today. Let me know what some of your favorite products are right now. What are the ones that just drag you in, make you want to play with them, just enjoy using them every time you use them? I would love to know. All right. Make sure to check me out on Instagram. It is CAPT_IVATING_makeup. That is captivating makeup with 2 underscores. Make sure to check me out. I love that all of you are here to see this. I'm hoping that this is kind of helping with any consumerism ideas, that you can still use all your old stuff and love your old stuff and fall in love with your old stuff without feeling like you need to buy a ton of stuff. But that's all I got for y'all today. I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.